Hi, and welcome to Anime with Annie. In this video today, I'll be talking about my Dress Up Darling series, and we will be giving a recap on each episode from Season 1. But before we get into it, subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon to never miss any updates from us. So, let's get started. Episode 1. Wakanda Gojo is a passionate yet insecure Hina doll maker. Gojo isolates himself from his pastime because of concern about mockery. Gojo eventually meets Marin Kitagawa, a well-liked classmate. After school, he is assigned to cleaning duty when Kitagawa shows up. During their talk, she advises him to be open and honest about his genuine sentiments. Gojo thinks back on what Kitagawa had said that evening. His grandfather says he wants to get a new one when his sewing machine breaks down. Gojo chooses to utilize the sewing machine that is already in the sewing room of the school, while a new one is being delivered. But when Kitagawa shows up there, she compliments him on his tailoring abilities rather than makes fun of him. Gojo unintentionally criticizes Kitagawa when she suddenly strips off to reveal a cosplay costume she's been working on for a video game character. She then explains to him how crucial Shizuku is to her, and asks him if he might be able to produce one. To Kitagawa's pleasure, Gojo offers to help her, and pledges to do his best, despite never having made clothing for a real person before. Episode 2. Gojo is perplexed when Kitagawa reveals that she wants to cosplay as Shizuku, a female character from the video game Slippery Girls 2. She goes on to say that when someone enjoys doing something, their gender is irrelevant, and he agrees. She then hands him a guidebook for creating cosplay costumes. The following day, an enthusiastic Kitagawa shows up unannounced at Gojo's store. Gojo is uncomfortable having her measurements taken when she's in dress, but Kitagawa is unaffected and strips off to reveal that she's wearing a bathing suit. She says it's not embarrassing, when he asks if he considers this to be humiliating. As a result, Gojo sets aside his thoughts and starts assessing Kitagawa more accurately. Despite his focus, Gojo becomes flustered and struggles to measure her at times, but he eventually completes the measurements. Then when Gojo asks Kitagawa if she has any references for Shizuku, she responds by misgiving him the names of both Slippery Girls. To his grandfather's dismay, Gojo uses the games that evening as research. Episode 3. The night before starting back at school, Gojo dreams of Kitagawa in a vivid dream. For the majority of the day, Gojo avoids Kitagawa at school. When she does locate him, it is at the entrance to the school where she asks if he would like to go shopping for the outfit supplies. Gojo declines, although unwillingly. Gojo reveals his reasons for leaving when Kitagawa refinds him. She reassures him that they are friends when she notices his poor self-esteem. They then proceed to several stores. Later that evening, they go to a ramen restaurant where they talk about the Slippery Girls games, embarrassing and alarming the other diners. Gojo informs Kitagawa as he turns around due to his line of work. He may only use the adjectives beautiful or pretty when he truly means them. Kitagawa announces a forthcoming cosplay event that will take place in 2 weeks before they part ways. When Gojo realizes how little time he has, he gets concerned. Episode 4. Gojo starts to get anxious because the next cosplay event is in 2 weeks. His grandfather trips when he gets home after spotting one of the items in Gojo's luggage. As a result, Gojo transports him to the hospital where his cousin Miori joins him. Gojo tells what happened to Kitagawa at school. She tells him that he is genuinely concerned for him, and she wants to assist him in any way she can, so they exchange contact information. A worn-out Gojo feels upset due to the several jobs he had to complete before remembering a discussion he had with his grandfather, which energizes him. To Kitagawa's amazement, Gojo informs her that he finished the costume the following day. She acknowledges that she did not explain the situation to him well, and Gojo is relieved to learn that he still has time to finish the outfit. However, Kitagawa sobs uncontrollably and profusely apologizes. By assuring her that it will be worthwhile if she likes the clothing, Gojo is able to calm her down. Kitagawa is ecstatic with the outcome after putting it on. Episode 5. Kitagawa invites Gojo to shoot some shots of her while she is having fun. When he does, he requests that she act more like Shizuku when posing. When Kitagawa is pleased with the outcome, she posts the images on social media. After that, she informs Gojo that they will go to a cosplay gathering the following day. When they get there, Kitagawa is giddy with excitement, but Gojo is calmer. Later, a group of people approaching Kitagawa to take her picture. Gojo starts to consider whether this will be the last time they hang out because he kept his promise as he observes Kitagawa enjoying herself. When they meet up again, she says that the oppressive heat is making her clothing uncomfortable, so they go inside to cool off and relieve her stress. Kitagawa, who's feeling better, informs Gojo that they will visit the square one last time before departing. She runs into the woman who had earlier asked her for a picture. Much to Gojo's relief, Kitagawa wonders what cosplay they ought to work on next when they get home. Then, a sleepy Gojo compliments her on her appearance. As she recalls what Gojo had previously mentioned about this matter, Kitagawa is shocked. Episode 6. When Gojo's grandfather comes home, he's astonished to see Gojo and Kirigawa socializing. Once they've resolved the issue, Kitagawa discovers she's fallen in love with Gojo. As they have dinner, Kitagawa discusses her family's circumstances and questionable eating patterns. The following day, while it is pouring outside, a young girl enters the store and is welcomed inside by Gojo's grandfather. Sejuna Ilni ultimately tells Gojo that she wants to order a cosplay costume after an awkward initial encounter and misunderstanding, revealing that she is Juju, the cosplayer Kitagawa had previously described. Kitagawa is awestruck by Juju's presence when she comes. As they converse, Juju says she wants to cosplay as Shion Nikado from the anime Flower Princess Blaze, of which Kitagawa is a fan. When Juju inquires as to why she does not wish to cosplay as Shion despite this, Kitagawa replies that their physiques do not coincide. Juju thus grows to have the utmost respect for Kitagawa as a cosplayer. Juju asks Gojo for his contact information before she departs. She suddenly understands that Kitagawa and Gojo are not dating. Episode 7. Kitagawa's suggestion for a group cosplay is rejected by Juju. Gojo then makes a decision to view Flower Princess Blaze for research. Later that evening, his grandfather congratulates him on his development and exhorts him to work with Kitagawa to hone his tailoring and cosmetics techniques. The following day, when Gojo visits Kitagawa, she's in a messy state. When she does allow him inside, she suggests they watch the show together. As they move forward, Kitagawa learns that she's having a house date with Gojo. He offers to buy something just as her stomach starts to complain. Kitagawa, though, is adamant about making her own food. The fact that Gojo genuinely appreciates her making Kitagawa happy, despite things not going as she had hoped. Gojo calls Juju from his home and sends her in his in-depth doodles. When Juju finds out that Kitagawa's costume was his first attempt at cosplay, she is startled. She agrees to meet at a restaurant and says that her younger sister will snap her pictures before they hang up. The quiet and reserved Shijunju Inui, on the other hand, astounds Gojo and Kitagawa with her enormous stature and luscious proportions when they first meet her. Episode 8. Shinju demonstrates the camera she uses to shoot Juju's photos to Kitagawa and start going over the various filters and settings. The group then goes to the studio, which is housed in a defunct hospital. Inside, Kitagawa is shown the advantages of backlit images by Shinju. In the meantime, Gojo meets a frightened Juju. In the meantime, and the two discuss their individual dreams. Gojo remembers another conversation he had with his grandfather, as she explains why she asked him to design her cosplay outfit. As a result, he gleefully snatches Juju's hand, knocking her out. Kitagawa extends an invitation to Gojo to the beach following their school finals. A big seabird takes Kitagawa's hamburger when they get there. Kitagawa makes a decision to swim in the ocean as they divide the last hamburger. When he finally joins her, Gojo admits that his interest prevented him from traveling much as a child. Kitagawa tells him, startled, that she will take him to numerous locations over the course of their summer vacation. Kitagawa retracts her statement as she takes her leave. She swoons about the circumstances in private before snapping a photo of Gojo. Episode 9. Gojo and Kitagawa bring the black Lobila outfit's accessories after they get back from the store. Then Kitagawa asks Gojo if he believes that the bikini she is wearing underneath her clothes is appropriate for the cosplay. Gojo eventually assures her it's okay after feeling ashamed. He is relieved that Kitagawa can now enjoy the satisfaction of being helpful. Later, Gojo gives Kitagawa and Juju their finished clothes before he applies Kitagawa's makeup under Juju's direction. While waiting for Gojo and Shinju, the girls go to the hospital. Shinju surprises the girls with a male costume suit when they eventually arrive. In a flashback to the day they initially visited the hospital, Shinju confirmed Gojo's idea that she genuinely intended to cosplay as well. She said that she wanted to cosplay as Soma, a male character from Flower Princess Blaze, when he agreed to assist her. After Gojo brought Shinju to his store, they learned about a bee holder, a tool for dealing with her chest. Later, as they were applying Shinju's wig and makeup, they had a talk. All of them posed for a group photo in the present. Episode 10. Kitagawa and the Nue sisters have their photo session inside the hospital. Later, Juju thanks Gojo for assisting Shinju in discovering her passion for cosplay. After everything is over, Juju and Shinju are back at home, and Shinju learns that Juju is envious of her for pulling off such a cosplay. She then joyfully ogles some images in which Gojo is depicted. Gojo is conversing on the phone with Kitagawa in the meantime, and when Gojo reveals that Shinju is at his home, Kitagawa becomes envious. Later, when Kitagawa says she wants to cosplay as the dark-skinned heroine Veronica, they decide to create that effect digitally. The following day, however, Kitagawa shows up at his residence with her complexion completely black and with makeup to resemble Veronica. She humiliates him after she takes a shower by baring herself to demonstrate how to put on the outfit. Kitagawa brings Gojo to the clothing store because she wants to buy him clothes. Gojo tells Kitagawa on his way back that he is unable to assist her with the Veronica dress. She asks him why, shocked and worried, and he answers apprehensively that it is too disclosing. She teasingly thanks him and promises to pick her characters more carefully moving forward. Episode 11. Gojo declines Kitagawa's invitation to a manga cafe because he finds it awkward to be with her alone. While killing time, Kitagawa suggests the manga Suki no to Gojo and shares her wish to dress as Liz the succubus for a costume party. She is unsure if she can pull it off, but after Gojo encourages her, she decides to go for it. However, given the straightforward art style of the series, he finds it challenging to create the outfit. Unbeknownst to Gojo at the time, Kitagawa's shooting studio ended up being a love hotel. Kitagawa finds himself perched over Gojo while imitating various manga stances. After taking the picture, Gojo hears the pair having sex in the adjacent room. As a result, he makes an effort to remove Kitagawa. He instead clutches her waist, which causes her to groan and unintentionally turn off the light as she drops the phone on the switch. They almost kiss as they stare at each other in shock. Before they continue, though, they receive a phone call instructing them to leave. When Gojo's alone in his room, he considers Kitagawa. Episode 12. While assisting Kitagawa with her hair ribbons in her apartment, Gojo learns that her father has revoked her invitation to attend a summer festival since she had not completed her coursework. She also tells him that she has been doing magazine modeling in order to save money for an expensive camera. Gojo is anxious because he has never seen a horror movie when they plan to watch one. By the end, though, he is studying the outfits, leaving Kitagawa shaken. After that, they go to their school to get Kitagawa's math exercises, and when she falls into the water, Gojo saves her from drowning. Gojo's father invites her to the festival after finishing her schoolwork, and she is delighted when he accepts because of how beautiful she looks in a yukata. Together, they watch the fireworks, and Gojo brings Kitagawa home because her sandal-wearing feet are wounded. After seeing yet another horror film, Kitagawa phones Gojo from her house and expresses her need to hear his voice. Gojo nods out during their conversation, and when Kitagawa notices that he has fallen asleep, she declares her love for him. And that concludes my recap for Season 1 of My Dress Up Darling. If you enjoyed it, please be sure to like and subscribe to my channel, Anime with Annie, for more such exciting anime content and reviews. And please leave comments about what you thought of today's video. And remember, have an Annie-mazing day.